Hello and welcome to MLOps Minutes. In this episode, I'm going to switch between two versions of Python by setting up an alias. It's interesting because the approach is a little different from that of Windows, and it will allow you once again to manipulate Linux and Linux shell scripts. What you need to understand is that shell scripts are the key, the glue to automating your project. Remember, in MLOps, you're going to want to be able to retrain, validate the training, redeploy to production, and validate the production from a code modification. Shell scripting is really the thing to master if you want to automate everything. Here we go, Windows D. I'm going to launch a terminal. And from my terminal, I'm going to launch a Linux subsystem for Windows. This is a very recent installation, and if I type Python, it tells me that it doesn't exist and that I can, for example, try typing Python 3. Python 3 does exist and has been installed by default. And on top of that, what did I do? I installed, Googled, followed a tutorial, and installed the latest version of Python 3.11 CE. Which means that here I actually have Python 3.11.4. Might be interesting to know where these executables are. I can type the command which Python 3, for example, which Python 3.11, and I can see that both are in the /usr/bin directory. And there, the name of my executable. I realize that in the path variables, I already have this bin directory inside. So to make my Python command -- version answer something, I could rename my executables to Python, but that's not good practice. What I can do, which is quite simple, is to set up an alias here on Python equals Python 3. So now, if I type Python -- version, it will display the correct version of Python I'm waiting for. In this case, version 3. I made a mistake. I meant to put the version of Python 3.11, so I'm going to delete my alias, Python, and I'm going to recreate it with Python 3.11. So now if I do Python -- version, dynamically, it will replace me with Python 3.11. As a result, the Python I'm waiting for is back up. And that's great, because that's what I want. However, here, I'm going to copy and paste this command, and if I close my shell and reopen it, my alias will no longer be known because I created my alias in my shell instance. So now if I type Python -- version, it doesn't exist anymore. So remember, in the previous videos, we set up an environment variable specific to my account. Here we can do the same thing. I'm in my /home/Guillaume directory. I can do an ls-f to list all my files. And remember, here I have a .profile file, cat.profile, where I had set an environment variable specific to my local account, so for my Guillaume account, Pokemon. And that's great because now all I can do is edit this sudo file via .profile file. So sudo to claim admin rights, v is the editor. I enter my password, I'm now in my file. And then to enter edit mode, I have to press I because with VI that's how it works. Now I can enter, I'm going to paste because I'm going to put my alias back. Now I've got my alias in my shell script. That's it. Now if I want to exit and save, I'll have to press escape. :U to write, Q to quit, ! to force. Hop, I exit my file, and I can check if I've added it correctly, then cat space, .profile, actually, I've got my alias. So now if I do my Python command version, it's still not known because my .profile file is loaded when my shell starts. So now I just have to quit it, restart it. And if I run my command again, now I've got my Python. And so once again in this video, we've manipulated Linux, a bit of shell, and switched between two versions of Python. Thank you and see you soon for more videos.